Hello, hello, MTB fans. Today, bit of maintenance. We're going to be slapping that on the bike, slapping that on the bike, maybe even slapping that on the bike. We're going to start off with this. Is Magic Mary. Got a really good price on it, actually. I like the Magic Marys. I've tried lots of other tyres, but sorry. This is my favourite tyre. There is Michelin's. Tried quite a few. There's even some wet screams there. They are flipping awesome on my enduro bike in the wet. So for me, fitting tubeless tyres to front wheels is super easy. There is no insert on this front, and I've got a compressor. So you just slap that on there. Slap a bit of that in there. Whack some air in there. Poppity pop. Air it back up. Give it a shake. This is basically going to be a mud tyre. So it's a brand new one. It's a 2.6 as opposed to the 2.8 I've got on at the moment. And I've got it on a spare wheel. It's a non-boost wheel, but it's adapted to boost. And that way I can just make a quick change. So Forest of Dean is going on at the end of this week. It's raining right now today, and if conditions are crappy, I shall put this on, which will be better than the 2.8. It also gives a bit more clearance for the mud guards, etc. On my last ride, one of my last rides, I had a bit of an issue with the speed sensor not working. It's my own fault. I've damaged it in the past. Anyway, the wire making and breaking, and then the motor cuts out, which is quite frustrating on a 25 kilo bike. So I got a new cable. Didn't get this from High Bike. I ordered it for randomly from Europe. I took a complete guess at the length because I couldn't be bothered to drop the motor and measure it. So let's hope it fits. Get this off, dead simple. 4 Allen screws. Next thing you want to do is you take a coat hanger and you threadle it around your chain ring like that. I just hook it up there like that. Reason being, when you drop your motor, the motor's heavy, it's going to want to fall, it's going to want to yank all the wires. They make a perfect little support. Right, you've got 4 bolts holding the motor in, 2 big ass ones on this side, which are the main ones, and then you've got the shim bolts on this side. One of which, if you want to get to without removing the chain ring, requires a ball Allen key. To get that undone, Right, once you've got the others undone, you can undo the big ass ones. In there. Now the next bit's counterintuitive, because you've got this bit and it sits in a recess in the frame. Now I don't know if this is just High Bike, but you've got to get it past here without scratching all the paint off, which I haven't done perfectly in the past. So you think you want to make the motor go this way. It won't go that way. The shims are on the other side. So what you need to do, carefully, because you don't want to break it, you want to knock it the other way. And this will just give you a bit of play in the shims. And there we go. Now you see what the coat hanger's for. This is where we find out, did I get the right one? Complete guess. Looks like it's the right one. Yeah, got the right connector and everything. I need to take this clip off without it springing off across the workshop. I'll never find it again. That was easy. That's off. Do that back up. That on, which is that balance. Exactly. Click. 22. Whack your bash plate on, making sure the cable is in its little hole here. I've made that mistake. This is how I damaged it. Shocks off. 2 reasons. I've skipped doing this in the past, and that's what ended up damaging this cable. But you need to cycle the suspension and make sure you still got play there. As you can see, you need a surprisingly large amount. I think we're good. Pedal's not rubbing. We're all good. So the other reason I've got the shock off is because Shockwing Wiz has been telling me to add some ramp. Everything else is okay. It also had me lower the pressure a bit, which was counterintuitive. I had it a bit higher to stop bottoming out, but now it's said lower, but with more ramp to stop the bottom out. And I must admit, it does feel better. It's only 10 psi difference, sort of 210 as opposed to 220, but it's already felt better, so I'm going to go with it. Just let your air out. Okay, volume spacer. I think that's maximum volume spacers actually. So that's the end of the maintenance, ready for Forest of Dean. I have cleaned and waxed the chain, fitted the new speed sensor, adjusted the magnet, which actually seemed to be most of the problem. So the shop had actually fitted it incorrectly from the original, by the looks of it. But anyway, fitted a new tyre to the spare wheel, so I'm all ready to go if it rains. Done a extra volume spacer in the rear shock, lowered the pressure, recalibrated shock whiz. Let's see what it says from the next couple of rides. Everything else looks good to go.